How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about something a little different, and again, it is PlayStation related, but this one is a bit of a weird one, because for the longest time, the Sony fanboys, the ponies, have been saying that, PlayStation games won't go to PC. And, well, they went to PC. Then they said it's only gas games that are going to PC. And then gas games went day and date. And so everyone said, all PlayStation games are going to go day and date. And then they changed their mind and said, well, it's only gas games that are day and date. The main scenario, the single player story driven games are not going day and date. And so we have a piece of news today from Firesprite. Even though it's not officially released, these are actual information that have come out, and they're pretty credible. I think they're like 99.9% real. But it's interesting to see where it's gone. And if you was in my stream yesterday, the goalposts by a certain pony was already being moved. I mean, them posts were being dragged real good. And we had a good laugh at his expense as well. Good on for Chili for supporting his team. But there was only so much he could damage control, as the inevitable, even he admitted, is going to happen. So let's get into the story straight away. And that is, of course, this one over here. But do you know what you should be doing? If you are enjoying this content and are about to enjoy the onslaught that is about to arrive, you should smash that like button, smash that red button to subscribe, and then hit that bell so you're notified of all future content I release. Thank you so much for the support. We're trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year. If we do, we'll be doing an Xbox Series X giveaway. Okay, so here we go with this information. PlayStation Studio Firesprite sci-fi horror title belongs to an existing IP. So I wonder what that is. It is to an existing IP, and maybe is already planned for PC. So this is going to be a single-player, story-driven game that is a horror game, a sci-fi horror game that is quite possibly already planned for PC day one. So all that talk about them saying that, it's not going to, single player games won't go day one, it's not going to happen, they will have a 2-year break. We've already seen God of War not have that 2-year break, and that time was already being cut short. But after the success of Heldivers 2, clearly the finance team over at Sony, especially with this $3.6 billion deficit that Bungie has left them, they've seen the money that can come from PC. By releasing it day and date on PC, Heldivers 2 was a monstrous success of the year. Obviously not the success that Palworld saw. Palworld blew the floodgates wide open and almost became one of the most concurrent used played games of all time. I think it came, it ranked to number 2 in the end, but damn, that was pretty impressive. But Heldivers 2 was essentially only bottlenecked because their servers was restricted to 460,000 people. God knows what numbers they could have actually hit. Could they have hit 1 million? 1.5? We'll never know. But the success of the game was monstrous. And Sony stated that Heldivers 2 was one of the fastest, if not the fastest game to hit 12 million copies sold from any of their first-party franchises. That's a big eye-opener when it comes to the finance team, the shareholders. They will look at that and say, I want that money. And so I do agree partially with what my friend Chili said yesterday when he said that this is a sci-fi horror game. It's a bit of a small game, so this is more of an experiment to see just how much demand there is. And I think if this game releases day and date and it actually does really good numbers, I think from that point forward, all PlayStation games going forward will be day and date. And this also explains the longer time frame for the whole first-party games being pushed to 2025. They could already be potentially working on PC ports alongside the PS5 ports of those games to release them day and date on PC. And I think this one will probably come out before to test the waters, to see how it is. I don't know when we're actually, when we'll see this year or next year, but this is going to be, if it is a test, this one doing well will pretty much open the floodgates. But I think personally that after this one, if it is being released day and date, and as they say here, it's an existing IP and maybe is already planned for PC. I think it is being planned for PC, but that's just my thoughts. This could essentially just finally tip the iceberg, as they say, and make all PlayStation games day and date on PC. The genre of the game is also suggested to be sci-fi horror, so it might be a new Siren game. Now, for those of you that remember Siren, if I'm not mistaken, Siren was released on the PS3, I think, or was it the PS4? It was one of the launch games. And it's a good game. It's a good horror game, one that I enjoyed, and it'll be interesting to see if that's the case. But either way, it is a first-party game. They said only gas. Then it moved from gas to no single-player first-party games. Now it's a single-player first-party game because Fire Sprite Studio is a first-party studio, and it's a first-party IP. This is a first-party game basically being manufactured for day and date on PC. And for all the talking and all the neighing and all the shouting about that they would never do this and it will never happen, and it's only the existing gas games or other gas games and all this and all that, at the end of the day, none of what they say will matter. Because what the shareholders will look at is that glorious money that came in from Heldivers 2 and say, do you know what? We like that. And if we can do that again and prove that it wasn't a fluke, then that's it. We're going day and date, baby. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. I want to see the meltdown as soon as that does happen, though. Because, J-Dub, J-Bari, MBX, Reforge, all of them said it wouldn't happen because PlayStation values their... Well, I guess MBG actually did revolt somewhat. But even Poeta Rock said it wouldn't happen. But I really want to see their revolt, their reaction, their complete meltdown when this does eventually become a reality. And if this is Siren or a smaller first-party game, I don't care. It's day and date. They said it wouldn't happen. And slowly but surely, that day and date for first, is being eroded and eroded until what goalpost will there be left for them to move in order to make it, for the damage control. We already saw Chili doing his best yesterday to damage control, and by God did he try to damage control the best he could. Bless his cotton socks. But he couldn't do it. Not with me around. There was no way I was going to let him get away with that one. He tried, and the best he could do, which I did have to agree with, is that sci-fi horror is a niche game. That's the best defense that he had that was actually relevant. But that's still not enough to take away from the point that, Hiroki Totoki, what's his name? Helmhurst, whatever his name is, I forgot his name now offhand, it's not coming into my mind. He turned around and said also that first-party games will be a strategic move for them, so they'll kind of want them to come to PlayStation first and try and push the console, but that doesn't look like it's the case anymore, because the Helldivers 2 money was just too good to pass up. But hey, what can I say? What can I say? Other than the fact that this is hilarious, and I'm loving the fact that all of those ponies are going to have the biggest historic meltdown ever. The goalposts will move. The stables will go quiet as they mourn for no reason whatsoever, because this will only bring more money to the precious company that they support and actually allow them to make better games. But hey, what do I know? You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion. and hopefully we can have a good discussion without any of the naysayers coming in and saying it's not going to happen when it clearly is happening in your face. But you know what? Denial is a beautiful thing. And I love it how they deny it even at the best of times. What can I say? It's just a thing. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video useful, informative, or simply want to support what I do, smash that red button, hit that like button, hit that bell to stay up to date of all content I release, and if you want to support me further, you can do that through my YouTube membership by clicking on that beautiful join button directly below the video, or you can hit that super thanks if you really want to thank me for the video, and of course, there's my Patreon if you want to further support me through there. That's it, folks. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.